girl.
Hey.
Why do you always come on giggling?
That's us. That's our nature. We have joy. That's what that is. Yes.
Exhibiting black girl joy. Hey now.
Yeah.
Hey divas and friends, how are y'all doing on this historic day? We definitely have a lot to talk about, the highs and the lows of today's inauguration. The slayage, definitely. Hello, I know you've seen it. We'll address it and we'll get to it. But before we get into all of that, we have to do our check-in. So, precious girl, how are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm tired. I feel a sense of relief. I feel like we've been on edge for the past 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And even though we still don't know what's to come, there was some sense of normalcy that happened today.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice to actually hear full sentences coming out of the president's mouth, to actually understand everything that he was saying, to actually hear, enunciation, words, phonics. It was great. I realized how long it's been since we've had that. So, yeah, hopeful for the future. How about you?
I cannot complain. Today was a good day. Like you said, I was really nervous because I wasn't sure what was going to happen, not only in DC, but just, nationally. And we'll talk about that in a second. So it was definitely like that nervous feeling it's nice to essentially be relieved as of right now. There's still a lot that can be experienced in these, upcoming 4 years. But as for right now, the bigger thing, the inauguration, one part of it is over before they continue it at 8:30 tonight. But I'm okay. Mm-hmm. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm good for right now. So we'll see. We'll see what else happens. But let's go ahead and talk about just the lead up to today, which was some unfortunate news. I don't know if you guys heard, but a lot of the local businesses here in Raleigh decided to essentially shut down because they were afraid that a riot or a protest, we're not even gonna call it a protest, a riot, essentially would ensue despite of Joe Biden being elected and sworn in for presidency. You guys all know what happened on January 6th. The craziness of the Capitol essentially being taken over, and a lot of people were on watch because they thought that some of the capitals in the different states around the U.S. were essentially going to experience the same. Luckily, right here in Raleigh, we did not experience that. Not sure what may have happened in other cities. Let us know. But here we only had about 2 protesters that decided to go down to the Capitol wearing their, Trump garb and just looking as stupid as I don't know what. Just go home. But they decided to essentially protest and say that, they weren't in favor of Joe Biden, winning the presidency, that it was stolen, all of that nonsense. But nothing had happened. Today had actually been a peaceful day, which I'm happy to hear because Lord knows we don't need any more destruction or anything else to happen. But it was sad that so many of these businesses were just that afraid that they went ahead and just said, you know what, we're just going to close because we don't have time for this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It seemed like it was more than usual, more than what happened during the Black Lives Matter protests. And then we know what happened with those riots. They weren't the protesters. They were the antagonizers that came in and did that. So I guess they learned from that situation that maybe we should protect and be preemptive rather than, thinking about what could happen after. So
Exactly. But let's actually get into this inauguration. Congratulations to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. So they were sworn in today. Precious girl, you got your pearls on?
I am not an AKA, so I am not wearing any pearls. However, I understand the significance. Yes.
A lot of ladies decided to don their pearls and chucks today. I was not one of those people either, but shout out to you ladies for showing your love to Kamala. But it was good to see the Obamas. Let's start there. Let's start.
Oh yeah.
Let's start there. Michelle has slayed, and she is letting everyone know that she is that chick, and I'm 100% here for it. That hair, baby, honey.
My mom pointed out a good point. Said she got about 6 bundles in there because it's cold. So her head ain't cold. And you know she got on long johns and layers underneath that outfit too, because she was not fit to be cold. Okay.
But you said you will get this work, honey.
That's right.
It was so good to see them. So good to see them. Of course,
it was comforting.
Yes. And I think that's what made the day better, because it was just like, we get to see the Obamas again. They don't look as if they were, fearful.
Right.
And that was one thing that separated what happened 4 years ago up until now. We essentially almost found our hope again. Because I don't know about you, but when Trump was being sworn in, I just literally felt like this feeling of, this is not going to be good.
Yes, it was Kerry Washington's face. For 4 years. For 4 years straight, Kerry Washington face.
Exactly. I was not here for it. And as you can see, a lot of the old posts of, Michelle Obama with her outfit that she had on 4 years ago, her face, she just wasn't even feeling it. And I think everyone just kind of had a little bit of pep in their step, because they know, okay, we have a lot of work to do, but the work is going to be done. If we have somebody who is going to be an adult about it and not a child, and essentially care about the well-being of the whole entire United States, opposed to just himself. Jill Biden, she out here doing her thing. I wasn't here for the look. It was definitely giving me thrift store. But everybody was here. Everyone else was here for it. So shout out to her. All right, Jill, we see you. And I was here for Kamala as well, here for her outfit, loving it. It was good to see her in something else other than those death row suits. That's one thing I don't understand. Can we talk about that for a quick second?
Mm-hmm.
Why do they have to wear those types of suits? Like, is that something that is, in the handbook or whatever? Because I'm like, why? Just why?
So, from our Hampton University Missions 101 course about business and all this other stuff and how to dress, when you do formal business, there's closed-toed shoe, there's certain things you do have to wear. However, you can stretch the parameters of how that looks and how it fits. So it may just have been that she was used to that particular look, because there are some senators and congresswomen who, while they still have on the suits, they fit a little bit differently. They have different material. They flow better. So it just may have been what she was used to, what she was comfortable with. But I'm interested to see what's going to happen now fashion-wise, with her being the vice president and Madam Vice President, the first one of its kind. So they may pay more attention to how she looks moving forward, just to make sure it fits her the best way possible.
Exactly. And I mean, I think it was refreshing seeing Michelle Obama, when she was in office, just seeing her essentially just be fashionable. So I'm looking forward to seeing that with Kamala as well. But as a Black woman, how did today make you feel?
Well, that's interesting you asked that, because as a Black woman, there was one moment that just reminded me that even Madam Vice President is experiencing the Blackness in this moment. When Sotomayor came up and was going to swear her in, she pronounced her name wrong, incorrectly, when she first started speaking. So it does not matter where you are in this world, what office you hold, what rank you hold, your name, if it is not a traditional name, which is sad in that moment, will probably be mispronounced.
And I don't get that, because y'all can pronounce Ben Roethlisberger, but that's a different story. So we are not going to get into that now.
But as a Black woman, it was nice to see. It was nice to see her also as an Asian American woman too, as a woman. So she just ticked off a whole bunch of things on the list, which was nice to see. I do also know that these are people. These are people. And just like we can't do what we did during the Obama administration. We elected him. It was, monumental. And we as a people collectively went back to sleep. He's going to handle everything. It's going to be different. It's going to be great. And then when those things could not happen because the votes did not go through to support him, to make sure he had the people in line, to make sure what he wanted to do could go through, people got angry at him for not keeping the people in the forefront. But what the people failed to realize is that in the Constitution, it says, we the people. Yes, they are president, vice president, congresswoman, senators, all that other stuff. However, it's us. Do you see what we did? We made them. We elected them. We did that. That's the power that we as people hold. So we need to stay awake. Yes, she is great. Yes, he is great, but they are just people.
Right. Exactly.
We elected them to do our work. So we need to hold them accountable and not just go off of the greatness in the moment.
Exactly. 100%. 100%. I can't agree with that, any more than what you just said. I will say, as a Black woman, like you said, it was nice to see representation. I was even proud of, seeing the young little poet that was up there, Amanda Gorman. That was good to see. She even, essentially made a historic appearance. She was the youngest poet to do so. So shout out to her. She did a phenomenal job, and I'm hoping that something else comes from this of, we just don't see her on this platform and we never hear from her again, but we actually continuously see her. And also, if you guys are familiar with Eugene Goodman, it was another, wonderful, time for him, and he got his flowers. He was the young man that actually held off some of the rioters at the Capitol. He stood alone, did his job, did what needed to be done and what was expected of somebody in that position at the Capitol. And because he did so, he was promoted to actually protect Vice President Kamala Harris today, which, was a wonderful thing for him. Super proud of him. Kudos to him.
And fun fact for him, when he was leading the protesters away, he was actually keeping them away from the room that was not secured yet, that had the senators in it. A lot of people didn't realize how significant it was that he lured them away from storming that room. So that's why he's getting his due right now.
Give that man his flowers. Hey now, hey. And that was also good to see. But what I was not here for, and we're about to be petty for a second, so forgive us. It is what it is. We people too, so we have opinions. I was not here for today's performances. Not at all. Not at all. I'll be honest. Even though Lady Gaga gave me her best Hunger Games, outfit. I don't know what this girl was wearing, but what do we expect from Lady Gaga? What do we expect other than
I don't know.
Sang her little heart out.
And she sang like this. And the flag was still there.
Her best musical theater performance, honey, and was so dramatic, and I live for it. You know what? Look, Lady Gaga, we haven't heard from you in a while other than a few perfume commercials. This was your moment. I'm here for it. Absorb it. Do what you will. Come out looking like a part of the red carpet that, Trump was trying to have as he was leaving. But girl, just for one moment, can you just not be so extra?
It's a representation of America. Just extra. Hashtag extra.
Extra.
Yeah.
So extra. And speaking of extra, let's go ahead and throw Miss J-Lo in the mix. I will say I enjoyed her outfit. Thought it was cute. I was here for it. But what I was not here for, and you call me mean, call me whatever y'all want to say, was this kindergarten sing-along voice that she gave me with this song. I don't know if you guys, you may have seen it by now because they've been playing it ad nauseum, but let's go ahead and roll just a clip of it. Mm-hmm.
Bajo Dios, indivisible, con libertad y justicia para todos. Let's get loud. This land was made for you and me.
That me was so flat, and then she did the crescendo off the flatness, and it just was not okay. Did so many things. Yes, great, awesome. I'm glad you included it. I know the significance of having her in particular sing "This Land Is My Land." I understand that. This ain't the Super Bowl though. Let's get loud. Did anybody ask you to go into your catalog of music? Okay, no. And the thing that came from, I can't remember her name. the speaker that came after her, she said, "We got J-Lo." Introduced us. Come on. This ain't the moment for that. Every other time performers came up, we forgot who they were because they were just singing what they need to sing for the moment. We saw them as people, but no, I saw J-Lo. I did not see Jennifer Lopez, Jenny from the Block. I saw J-Lo.
And, that slide, I had to go back to my high school days, and my vocal teacher would have smacked the heck out of her. We do not slide into that note, baby.
No.
And nobody right now is working harder than J-Lo's agent. Because, baby, she didn't book New Year's Eve. She didn't book the Super Bowl. Now she's at the inauguration. I need her agent in my life because they have as much faith in her as we need to have in ourselves. Because when I heard that she was going to be out here singing, and I'm like, number one, you're nobody's songstress. Did you do bad? Absolutely not. You didn't do bad. The vocals were somewhat there. Still give me, kindergarten sing-along. But we could have found so many other singers, preferably young. Let's give some younger artists a chance. And that's my thing. Like, you already did New Year's Eve. You did the Super Bowl. So let's try to get some younger blood out there. Let's get somebody else who can perform this song. Maybe somebody who isn't as known, maybe somebody who actually, is trying to make a name for themselves.
They can have a moment. Yeah.
Yeah, give them your moment. We didn't need you. And I still kind of didn't really agree with Lady Gaga singing, the national anthem. But once again, I feel like we could have got somebody else. But like you said, for J-Lo, I understand. We went ahead and, there was symbolism to her singing the song. Yeah. But I feel like we could have gotten anybody else.
Yes, it was typical Leo behavior, July Leo behavior. I'm an August Leo, so we talk about them. But yeah, it was, yeah.
And you know what else I wasn't here for? Let's go ahead. Let's throw Garth Brooks into the hat.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
What was that, y'all?
I gotta say this. People was crying today, understandably. I was crying as well, but it wasn't emotion. It was because I was laughing so hard. Because I understand, I get it. But the way it came across.
Do you
girl? All of this. And then, come on, let's sing along, guys.
What? No. I don't want to sing Amazing Grace.
What made it worse is when it ended. Everybody went rogue today. For as much security as they had, everybody went rogue. Usually, Lady Gaga, J-Lo, they were escorted out and walked away. They did a little fist bump and kept going. This man decided to run through the crowds, excusing himself like he in the aisles at church, hugging and kissing everybody in the middle of COVID, and then ran back up the stairs. I was like, whoa.
Living his best life, honey. Best, sir. 6 feet. 6 feet. Because number one, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I am not going to do it. But what was that? Of all the people, of all the singers, y'all went ahead and said, we're going to dig up Garth Brooks and we're going to throw him out here to sing Amazing Grace. No. Absolutely not. I was not here for that. It was so dramatic. It was not needed. Sir, please take you and your several chins and go sit down somewhere because I am not here for this. So
and the reason why we're talking about this is not even making fun of what happened. It's the fact that these people made it about themselves and their performances rather than the significance of the moment. So it takes you out of what's happening because you're just sitting there, and when they showed the people sitting out in the mall, they were all What's happening? Bernie. That's how Bernie looked the whole time, okay?
Exactly. Bernie Sanders was a whole mood, honey. He came in there with his letter, his mittens, and sat in his chair like I'm literally giving y'all 20 minutes and I got to go because I have other things to do. But he was a whole mood because what the hell? And like you said, y'all literally made these performances about yourself. Like this was Star Search. It's not about you. Come up here, sing the song, sing the song like I taught you, and then go about your business because it is not about you in this moment. Okay?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Girl, so this is awful. But while we sit here and talk about the inauguration, because like I said, of course at 8:30, we're gonna have more performers. Justin Timberlake, Demi Lovato, who said that she was gonna save the day with her vocals, and somehow she got booked.
She did.
But you know what? I'm here for Demi 100%. People be trying to come for her, but Demi can sing her little behind off. So we'll see what happens at 8:30. And a slew of other singers will be there. I don't know what Justin Timberlake is going to perform, but we shall see. But
we'll sing that troll song.
But
that's his claim to fame now, the troll song.
Even though this was a joyous occasion, and just for the simple fact of just seeing, a new president and just giving us hope and, someone who's actually, literally taking his first say and he's putting things into action. He's attacking these executive orders. There are people who are really upset about this election. And when I say people that are upset, it's Trump supporters. They literally are thinking that things are coming to an end. Essentially, I guess they're feeling like how some of us have felt when Trump was elected. I don't think a lot of us acted a fool like these people have.
I was going to say the difference is respect. Right. Even though we did not want to claim him, we did not say it, we did not openly acknowledge it, we still respected the fact that he had that position.
Well, some of us.
Yes, but I'm saying like overall, like there wasn't, you're going to have the little bit on either side that's like, but for the most part, there wasn't this ridiculous, sad immaturity that's going on with that side of things. I don't get it. Why are you crying? Why are you upset?
Since this, Kayla, roll it.
President Trump, if you see this, please save us. I don't even see our American flag anymore. Biden's talking with some kind of crazy flag. This is America. This is our land. Please, President Trump. Please, I hope you have a plan. God, please save us. Save us from the devil, please. Y'all, I'm about to have a panic attack. This is our country. Our country. This is awful. God, please save us, please.
I don't think any of us did that though. I don't.
No.
I mean, we made jokes and we were upset. There was a sense of hopelessness, and a few of us even said, like, "Yo, America's ghetto. We ready to move," but we didn't do that.
No.
Nobody in my inner circle. I don't know about y'all. Our viewers. If you know anybody who just went off the rails when Trump was elected, but that was a bit extreme. And my thing is, baby. While you sitting here crying, talking about, oh, this is horrible. How you gonna act when you get that $1,400 check though?
But this is what happens when you look at a person as a savior. This is what happens when you put somebody on a pedestal they don't need to be on. How? And this is what happens when you're delusional. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I had to remove several people from my timeline because I don't need that energy in my life. I pray that you have a wonderful life moving forward, but I don't need that energy. It baffles me. I don't understand.
I don't get it either. Because my thing is, look, y'all, if you have somebody, you know, who is on your timeline or who is one of your, you know, friends or whatever you want to call it, because I don't think it's friends, but if you have somebody who is out here acting like this, then you need to just go ahead and delete them. Don't even try to engage in conversation, because there was somebody who felt the need to essentially get upset that my brother, he had made a comment on Facebook, and he was saying, I can't believe, well, something along the lines of like, Trump is essentially walking out on YMCA. He's a clown. What president will walk out to YMCA? What is the significance between presidency and YMCA? I don't know. Was it hilarious? Absolutely, because it's just like, I can't believe this man literally has pissed everybody off that nobody is willing to allow him to walk out on his music before they send him a cease and desist. So he had to choose YMCA, which essentially is something that is played
The village people.
Yes, in LGBTQ communities, but
Yeah.
whatever. But the fact that something as simple as a statement like that sets off a lot of these people to the point where they are angry, they are lashing out, they are name calling, the threats, like, this has got to stop.
You know what? They're masking liberty, the supremacy with liberty. So it's really all this crying and all this the stuff that's happening right now is because the veil is being torn and they can no longer act and move as they have before, because they were able to rule the land for the last 4 years, unapologetically be themselves, say what they wanted to say, do what they wanted to do, shoot, maim, kill, hang who they wanted to with no repercussions. And now chickens are coming home to roost.
That part.
And so that is fear that's coming out right now. That's nothing but fear.
Because nobody wants to be deemed as the racist, you know, and they will.
Right. You don't hurt their feelings for life if you call them the racist.
Girl. And the conversation that I'm seeing and the remarks that are being had are just teetering right on that fine line of borderline, you know, you're just coming out with your full-blown racism. They're teetering. But as soon as you say, you know what? That statement's out. I am not a racist. What do you mean? I can't believe you would even say something like that. I love America. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And I've seen, since the Capitol attack, I've seen so many things happen. I've seen avid Trump supporters completely change their stance because they were disgusted by what happened. And I'm like, it's sad it took this to do it, but at least it snapped you back into reality. And those people are not the people we are addressing right now. Who we are addressing are those who are still delusional and still believe that they are the top of the crop and everybody else is beneath them and not worthy of anything that they're with. Like she said, this is our land. It was never your land. You stole it. It was never yours.
But what I'm not going to do is sit here and feel sorry for somebody who looks like they are on an SSI check. Or, you know, essentially it's talking about how, Obama and Biden are trying to take away our healthcare, but yet they're fighting for it and you're on Medicaid. And I refuse to sit here and feel sorry for somebody who will willingly spend a stimulus check that at first was being completely fought by your president. Like, you do realize that you want to sit here and call it a Trump check. That man had nothing to do with it. He does not care about you.
No.
Hey, hello. He does not care about you. He told you to have a good life.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said that to me in my last job a couple years ago. Oh, I hope you have a good life. You know what that means? I ain't never gonna see you again. I'm talking to you again. I don't care. But breathe. That's what that means.
Exactly. But yet you want to sit here and, like you said, with the whole savior complex, which I'm just like, what has this man done for you? I will never understand. And I will never understand why I constantly hear he has done so much for the Black community. What has he done? Because let me tell you something, pardoning Lil Wayne and Kodak Black is not something that you're doing. That doesn't benefit us in any type of way.
No, and then you're at the same time, you're executing more people that have been executed over time. And half of them were innocent and proven innocent, but yet you still decided to execute them. But yet you exonerate all your friends and homies.
That's the one. That is the one. And speaking of homies, not sure if you guys have been paying attention to what's going on social media, or if you're familiar with Claudia Conway. She is Kellyanne Conway's daughter, and she has been ousting her for a long time now, just essentially saying that, she's disappointed with her mother. She essentially is out here spewing lies, and how could she essentially support Trump? And she's been very vocal on TikTok, Instagram about how she is not, in favor of Trump or her mom or their views or anything like that. But she essentially issued a cry for help earlier today. She was on her TikTok just saying, she's afraid because her mom and her father are very powerful people, that essentially if they want something, they will get it. And that she has been abusing her and hitting her, and essentially speaking to her in a horrible manner, over the course of the last few months. And she has actually been recording these incidences to show people, like, I'm not joking. This is something that's actually happened. She is, physically, emotionally, and verbally assaulting me. And it's really sad to see. And I think we actually have a clip of it. If we can roll it.
I'm fucking recording. You're never gonna record another fucking thing in your life. It's going for a forensic analysis. One fucking bit for you to tell people I'm a bitch.
What?
What?
There's something wrong with you.
Yeah,
You're
there
mocking
is.
me.
You think I'm mocking you? I'm trying to have a conversation with you. Do you know what you've done to yourself?
Years.
Do you know what you've done to yourself?
I'm 15.
No. You're fucking immature. Before you get all over the sheets that I cleaned.
Can you stop?
No, you don't ignore me. Asshole. I text them all day long. And they're paying attention to you because they know that you need extra help.
What'd you call me?
What do you want to know?
Hypo?
Hyper. No, I said hyper. From the doctor's hypo. What do you want to know?
Hypo?
Hyper. No, I said hyper. Then my mom claims!
Can you please, Mom?
No, you claim! I want you out of here! You were making you mad. Some 15 fucking year old made you mad.
And that's just one of the videos she decided to release. There's actually several more. And this is essentially frightening because we don't know how many other incidents that have happened. If you can see on the bottom of her screen, there was like a 4-minute video. We were only seeing about a 30-second clip, but this is real life for this girl. And I do fear for her because she's right. Your mom is very powerful. She can do just about anything that she wants to do. And I actually thought about this when she was ousting her on social media. I'm like, girl, this is not going to be good. Some way this is going to come back to you in some form.
And these are the people that they worshiped, that they said were doing God's work in the White House, that were this, that were that. Now, we don't know the private lives of anybody. However, this is what happened, like I said, when you put people on a pedestal. And if their personality and their traits do not exemplify what you are saying they represent, then ding, 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 that's not it.
Exactly.
It's a facade. It's not real.
Exactly.
But there's so many people that are so caught up in ideals and how this country should be run, making America great again, going back to when everybody else was suppressed and they were up here, oppressed and they were up here. You don't even realize what you're saying when you make that statement.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even, or do you? You actually maybe do understand what you're saying when you make that statement. So I'm done with it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even look at anything related to him today because I was like, he is irrelevant now.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to wherever you're going to go and just stay there.
Exactly. And that's essentially how I felt. Once I saw the YMCA incident, I was just like, you know what? I'm glad this man is gone. Good riddance. I'm glad that the people that he's associating himself with are gone, especially someone like this. My hope is that someone sees this and is able to help this girl in some sort of way, because this is scary, and it's essentially mimics a woman being in a position with her abuser where she can't do anything because he essentially holds all the cards. And I've seen a lot of people, shaming her, saying, well, she should not have said this, or she should not have done this, or she shouldn't have baited her mom. But it's like, come on.
How do you bait? You know what? Everybody's so quick to say, honor, mother, father. But the other half of that is like, do not cause anguish with your children as well. Like, you got to look at both sides of the situation. And if you're not doing your job as a parent, guess what? It's not going to work the way you want it to.
Hello. So we'll keep you guys posted. Like I said, I'm hoping that she does get the help and the assistance that she needs, or someone is able to step in and intervene with what's going on here, because there's no telling how long this has been going on for. But child, this is messy. Absolutely messy. But on a brighter note, because that was some tough information there, I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and play that Powerball. Because if you have not heard, it's at 730 million, and the Mega Million is at 930 million. Precious, did you play, girl?
I did not, but I got a chill when you said that. I might have to dip out to the store.
Girl, dip to the store. You can do it online. Because
online.
Yeah, you can buy your lottery tickets online.
What? Tell me about that. Tell me more about that. Yeah.
You can download the app. The NC Education Lottery app, for those of you who are in North Carolina, and then you go ahead and create your account. Once you create your account, you go ahead and set up your PayPal or debit card, whatever you need to do. Then you pick your cards. You can go ahead and either pick your numbers. You can do a quick pick, select how many you want, and boom, do it from the comfort of your own home.
Yes, COVID friendly. It's happening tonight. Thank you.
But it leads me to ask you the question, and to our viewers as well. If you won, what would you do?
The first thing is I would have to calm myself down, take a minute, and realize what just happened. Thank you, Lord, for these blessings. Here go your tithe. Boop, boop. All right. What need to be paid besides the student loan? Let me stop. Whatever needs to be paid and cleared and done, get rid of all that debt. And then let me check out my peoples. You see what I'm saying? Let's make sure that we good. But responsibly too, making sure that, because what you don't want to do is be an enabler,
right?
Someone who may have a bad habit, or for someone who just needs some education when it comes to finances, because too much is given, much is required. So even though that money is there and you can do great things with it, we've seen so many horror stories of people that won the lottery and their lives were destroyed. They ended up dead. Other people ended up dead. So what we're not going to do is do that. We're going to be responsible. And I'm going to call Tiffany the budgetnista. Yeah. And make sure my local CFO, everybody, call them and make sure that things are where they need to be.
Exactly. I mean, because I'm a something. Lord, give me something. I don't need all of it, but if you're willing to give it to me, I will take it. But my thing is, like, the first thing I have to do is get away, because like I would need to process the fact that I have this much money, and just really just let me go ahead and get my passport. I'm gonna go somewhere, figure it out. Once I figure it out, I'll be back. Like you said, let's go ahead, help out the church. Definitely some nonprofit organization that my heart is in it for, and help out family, except friends, pay off debt. But like I think in helping friends and family, it would definitely have to be some sort of contract where you have to make this money work for you. Because if you're handing someone, let's say you hand someone $1 million, and several months later you come back to me and say, I need more. Wait, what? I just gave you $1 million. How did you not make this work for you? What did you spend your money on? And if you decide to spend it frivolously, then that's what you do, but you don't get to come back and ask for more, Yeah. And I think for anybody that's fair, because that's a huge sum of money. And if someone were to win it, no one is obligated to it other than the winner. So if they wanted to be generous, they can. But like you said, there have been a lot of people whose lives have changed drastically because they were either giving too much or their greed got the best of them.
Yeah. So here's throwing it out there. We're gonna win. We're gonna get something.
If you never see us again, somebody hit.
Let's have new sex. What about
Ruin the Divas, then I don't need you. I got money. If we come back next week, ain't nobody hit. We back here, and we gonna make it do what it do. And the last thing before we get out of here, because I am interested to see what's happening with this inauguration. If you care, tomorrow, Ashanti versus Keisha Cole.
The fact that the flyer said last and final, they had to emphasize 2 different ways that this is the last reschedule.
Because we're not doing this.
No.
We're not doing. I've gotten to the point where I don't care either way. I probably will watch it, maybe if there's nothing else on TV. But I literally just don't care anymore. I don't. I'm Team Keisha Cole, but I don't. I do not care.
I'm not on either side. I'm just here to watch the entertainment. Yeah. I couldn't with either one. I just
Yeah. To be completely honest, I'm kind of over the whole versus thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are. I think last year it was good as a distraction. It was good because COVID was happening, trying to figure out what's the new thing with entertainment. But as we move on to 2021, we got to figure out some other things to do, virtual concerts or just something to make it more dynamic, to actually include the people and then help the artists at the same time.
Exactly. And then I can't stand the whole like talk back and forth, and taking forever, or being divas and showing up like 30 minutes to an hour and you're leaving people waiting. It's like, no, like, let's hop on this. Let's play these songs back to back. Like, okay, well, you playing this song? Okay, well, I'm gonna play this song. Like, to me, I would rather see that than the whole show and like, oh, we got to come together. I'm gonna show up, wearing, my best weave and my heels, or I'm gonna come wearing, my Gucci, and we go. I don't want all. Just play the music. Just play the music. Play the music. You drop a song. This person dropped a song. And I mean, honestly, we could just do a DJ. Just go back and forth. All right, this is the Shanti song. This is Keisha Cole. Which one y'all got? Like, the whole performance aspect to me is like super lame. And knowing that most of your viewers got to go work the next day and y'all don't want to start this battle until 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it.
No.
So we'll see if this one happens tomorrow, Jens, guys. Like I said, if y'all care, people are over it. And that is it, y'all. Come on, let's go ahead and finish watching this inauguration and see what else is going to happen. And we will see y'all next week. We love y'all. Bye.